go.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So we'll jump right into it. So the list of personnel and professional accomplishments that comprise your life are much too long to list here, but we'll attempt a few.
Okay.
So Temple, Alcorn State superstar, 3 years with the Indianapolis Colts, started the FCA in Vicksburg, and for those who don't know, it's the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Correct.
And surrounding cities, high school coordinator and head coach, college coach, seat on the Vicksburg Warren School Board, and over 20 accolades and accomplishments are still missing. What was the driving force inside of you that allowed for so many positive accomplishments for a young man born and raised here and still such an instrumental part of the positive reinforcement in Vicksburg?
Well, let me correct one of the statements. On the Indianapolis Colts offered me the scholarship. I mean, the offer to play pro football. At the time, I had missed my senior year at Alcorn, and with my back, and it wasn't strong enough, and I decided to turn it down, and I started coaching in McCall High School in Tallulah, Louisiana.
Okay.
And from there, the love of Vicksburg. Now, Vicksburg has been my life. I've been in Vicksburg all my life. I coached some great players, and some great coaches coached me. Family. Well, it was just a good fit at the time. We were poor, and I tell the kids all the time when I talk to them, and you can take off the R, we poor. You know, but we always had love. People, the community. The true story. It takes a village to raise a child, and that's what Vicksburg was. Just a village. Everybody cared about you. Everybody wanted to make you see you do good, and for me, it was a calling. In my life, my father was in the Korean War. My mother was a housekeeper. And I stayed at times, I tell Johnny all the time, I had my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother. I had all those generations in the house at times with me. And so I learned a lot. And I tell all the time, you know, we being on the board of school board, we missed the father in the house. Yes, some housing, but I didn't. When my dad was deployed, I'd rather for my daddy to discipline me than my grandmother or my mother, because they were strict. They never repeated nothing. When it was said, you didn't ask anyone. So it made me, put me on that path to help kids all my life. My wife, Linda, God bless her heart, we done had 3, 4, 5 different children that at one time something happened in the family, and we take them in, and they live, they grow up. Robert Green is a minister over in Terry, Mississippi, outstanding minister. He was in a football game in the junior high, and when he got home, when he got to the close to the house, it was in flames, and he lost his brother, and lost his family. And we took him in, you know, and he grew up to be a great young man, a great athlete. We're so proud of him, you know. And Stacy Walker, another one. You know, just going on. My wife told me don't name everybody because it was like the pot. It was Brady Bunch, but it was good. And I just I was brought up in the Bible, and we helped as much as I could, you know, with growing up with different people, different how would you say it, different. I never saw black and white.
Gotcha.
It was just a person that we get along with, and it was good. And all the kids that I've written about, and I've told Johnny stories of, those guys are great guys.
Yes, sir.
So it motivated me to be a helper.
And that kind of segues me into the next question. So you've coached a list of incredible athletes. from Donald Driver, Steve McNair, Malcolm Butler, to many, to name only a few. The careers achieved by these athletes are just as impressive. Coaches, professional athletes, heads of local government agencies, businessmen, college presidents, community leaders, parents. How does it feel to know that you have had such a positive impact on so many individuals?
It feels good. It feels good because I am, when I first ran for school board, they called me in and said, well, we're going to have to take the coach off of you because it's not you. You know,
Yes,
because
sir.
I'm coach. Anywhere I'm going with Sylvester Croom at Mississippi State, when I'm with W.C. Gordon at Jackson State, or when I was Houston Marker, everywhere I'm coach, and that's an honor. And my kids grow, and they come, they mature, and it's still coach. So it feels it's an entitlement, and it's something that you must do with kids all the time. And you know, don't ever. My philosophy is never give up on a child, you know, because sometimes you just don't know what's going on.
Yes.
So I love it. I love my work, being in the Fellowship Christian Athlete 40 years. I was a member all along, and when I retired from coaching, I thought I was through. So Bill Buckner, a great Christian, was over at Fellowship Christian Athletes. He called me in and said, Coach, I want to talk to you. He said, what about coming aboard, working? I said, Bill, I'm just getting through with almost 40-something years of coaching. And he said, oh, you can do it. And Bill, whatever Bill tell you, you believe. We took across 82 counties in 82 days in a centennial. And we didn't think we could do it. And when Bill got through talking to us, we did 82 counties. We ran with the cross. Awesome. And then we ended it in Memorial Stadium.
Awesome. Awesome.
It was great.
So now this is the question all of Vicksburg, and especially the local government agencies, want to know. From the many decades as a player, as a coach, Labor Day 2025, we'll see all the local area athletes, male and female, all sports, 7th through 12th grade, competing in a very competitive sports events challenge hosted by Battleground Tours. We're not asking you to pick a high school winner. The sheriff, police, and Vicksburg fire departments will be competing against each other as well. Who do you see emerging as the winner?
We can't have a tie.
Well, no ties.
It's not a tie then. I have to go with our fire chief,
Okay.
Derek Stamps.
Okay, good deal. Thank you, sir, for joining us. I appreciate it.